Greetings, comrades. This is Living Caleb, back with another episode of Dwarf Fortress. And, man, what a crazy week it's been. And, yeah, not so much at work, but pretty much with the news, you know. We lost Ozzy Osbourne, and we lost Hulk Hogan. Which is a real shame. Randy Savage is my favorite wrestler, but Hulk Hogan, you know, he's, you know, iconic in his own way. Very prolific in the 80s and 90s, and to hear that he's no longer with us, it's pretty heartbreaking, I'm not gonna lie. Because I'm not into the rest of these. I was more into like 90s wrestling, you know, Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, you know, WCW, y'all remember that? Oh man. But yeah, sad to see two legends leave this world. And another big thing for the VTubers, you might have read that VShojo has recently closed its doors. There's a lot of controversy going on with that. Not paying their VTubers, withholding charity funds raised by Iron Mouse for, immunodeficiencies and whatnot. That was meant for charity, and the agency just held on to that for like their own needs. And yeah, that pretty much destroyed all their VTubers' trust, and yeah, they pretty much jumped ship, and yeah, VShojo's no more. And you know what? It was deserved. So hopefully all those VTubers, you know, Iron Mouse, Zentreya, you know, Project Melody, hope they're all doing well as independent VTubers. Which, yeah, I don't really watch VTubers that much, but, you know, after seeing all this controversy going on, you know, I might check out a few. I do watch a few smaller VTubers here and there, but I don't know, it's not really my kind of thing. But yeah, if you're going to be a VTuber, stay independent. You know, of course, VShojo's no more, and DG Sanji has its issues, and I mean, even HoloLive has had, like, issues of management and whatnot, so, yeah. Best to just stay independent. Anyway, enough of all that jazz. So, yeah, this, look how fast the dogs are going, Jesus. I have so many dogs, jeez. But, yeah, in the last video, we managed to grow our military a little bit. We have 3 squads now. And gotta make sure they have plenty of, like, armor and whatnot. But yeah, pretty much gonna be focusing on digging. Which will probably do that. I'm just gonna, like, dig random areas underground. Then expand our storage and, of course, get some more ores and stuff. That's pretty much the main focus here. Gotta make sure I got plenty of, you know, iron stuff so I can make armor and weapons for my military. Because I know I keep rearing it, but that's what happened to my previous fort in this world. A bronze colossus attacked us, and, well, my military wasn't the best. I only had like 2 or 3 squads, and they weren't exactly that well equipped, so they didn't stand a chance. So hopefully this time around I'll be a little better. Whew, sorry, I feel a little full. I recently had some burgers. Thank God for that George Foreman grill. Get to eat burgers for cheap at home, and with all the grease and fat inside of it. It's funny for Burger Week this week. There was a sale on burgers, patties, so I decided, you know what, might as well jump on it. You know, put that George Foreman grill to its paces. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering, I did set up a new quarters, office, and dining room for one of the military commanders, and I tried to set it up down here. But apparently you can see there's some damp stone, and I can't dig through there, otherwise it's going to flood the fort. Dwarves automatically will not dig through damp stone, so there's no worry about them accidentally doing it. Okay, yeah, not much going on here. So I use that as like I guess a kennel of sorts for like training animals and stuff. So I have a bunch of dogs. I might as well put a few of them to good use. Train them into warhounds. So hopefully they do a good job defending the fort and whatnot. Okay, got a lot of shale. Finding a lot of stone and stuff, but what I really need is metal. So I'm trying to find some ores. Let's see. Yeah, study accept the second dining area here. We'll drink from plant. Oh boy. Yeah, just keep my burger simple, you know, just a regular burger patty with some cheese. And I recently started adding a few onion rings on it, which, yeah. Up until recently, I tend to shy away from onions, but if they're like fried onions and stuff like that, I don't mind them. Yeah, nice little crunch and decent amount of flavor to it as well. Though if you're gonna cook onions or onion rings, take some experimentation, because I tried cooking them in the air fryer. They didn't really cook thoroughly, but yeah, they weren't crunchy. They weren't crispy enough for me, for my liking. And one thing that I noticed, that, at least the brand I got, is that sometimes the onions like slip out of the breading, which pretty sure onions aren't supposed to do. You're supposed to like get everything in one bite. But you know, I tried cooking them in the oven, and honestly, wasn't much better. At least it didn't stick on, because when I cooked them in the air fryer, they they got stuck on not only the metal, like the regular metal grate that you put the food on, but we also got a little silicone, like I guess tray cover or whatever that you put it on, so you just wash that tray and not the whole thing. And it stuck on that too, because I tried to take them out to like jostle around a bit, so like cook more evenly. They were stuck. So I don't know what that's about. So might give me an excuse to like make my own onion rings. Ooh. Yeah, we ate good this week. And we're gonna eat again tomorrow because I'm gonna make some pulled pork for my sister and the kiddos, and I'm gonna make some beans on the side because I got a huge bag of pinto beans, and I figured might as well have something as a side dish. A little something extra for my sister because she can't eat gluten. Because I got little Hawaiian rolls, but she can't have bread or wheat or anything like that. And I forgot to get gluten-free bread. But you know. Okay, we got some dimple cups. Did I have plump helmets growing here? Did I already harvest them? Yeah, there are a bunch of holes in the ceiling here, so I had to patch that up. There's vomit everywhere. Yeah, we got a lot of stone stuff. I might dig some more over here. Tetrahedrite, hematite, which, yeah, I might as well dig that as well. And we found some more gems, and we had some more gems too, so I can carve those up. So a carpenter. Yeah, not much going on in the game world. Just been bouncing back and forth between Toa playing games and playing them on the Steam Deck. And of course playing Dwarf Fortress on here. I still need to play all those other games my nephew got me for my birthday. That Metal Wolf Chaos and Destroy All Humans. Yeah, for the sip up. I don't pay much attention to the guild halls that much. If I see one on the petitions, then I'll get around to making it. Oh boy. Also been getting back into Fortnite. Aren't too many new games that interest me that much. Of course, there's Gears of War Reloaded coming out, but I haven't played Gears of War in like 10 plus years. The last Gears of War game I played was Gears of War Judgment back on the Xbox 360. That was like the prequel to the first Gears of War game. Yeah, all the 360 games were good, but they were like the cover-based like combat and stuff, so maybe one day I'll get back into it. But it's not that high on my bucket list right now. Because right now I'm just focusing on making sure we have like money for like food and bills and stuff. Okay, so just got some migrants. Let's see who we got. Got okay, a potash maker, a furnace operator. Okay, an armorer, a miller, a few peasants, butcher, hunter, metalsmith, fish cleaner. Got a bunch of peasants. You know what? I think now's the time to make another military squad. The armored drinks. Well, let's assign a leader first. Okay. Let's see. Presser, animal trainer, blacksmith, farmer. We'll go with this guy. I'll also assign some the peasants. Because peasants don't really do anything. They don't have like a specific skill that makes it stand out. So the best use for peasants is assigned to the military. This would be a smaller squad right now. So yeah, Dwarf Fortress here recently got updated. In fact, I downloaded it prior to making this video. And apparently, I didn't really read the notes, but it apparently adds like, makes it easier for like mods to work. Okay, can I like, okay, choose a symbol for the squad. We'll go with that. The armored drinks. So what kind of name is that? Let's just see. The brass punches. Okay. The reclusive rims. Okay. The walled avalanches. I'm not sure how that's supposed to work, but okay. The turquoises of creating. What kind of military name is that? The diamond strife. I guess I can go with that. You know, a name's a name. Okay. Diamond strife. Time to set up some beds. So that's pretty much kind of my focus for the next few videos. Dig for more resources and build up my military. So hopefully they've been making beds. Just use closest material. I forgot to select the keep building. Okay. And weapon racks and armor stands. There's so many of these. Oh, and set up a room for the Dwarf Society. Okay. Might make something nice, provided they have the materials. Yeah, dig that up, and we'll set up quarters for the other guy. Yeah, I'm still shocked that Hulk Hogan's gone. He was like in his 70s, along with Ozzy Osbourne. I thought he was, you know, Ozzy Osbourne. It just looks like. We know he's a legend of rock and stuff. It's like John Lennon's long lost brother. And yeah, his death came as a surprise, but he was like 76, so he's not too surprised, but at the same time, it's like he's practically living forever. Like, hear about him a lot and stuff. And he had his farewell tour not too long ago. So I guess it really was time for farewell. Now, if only Gene Simmons would lead this mortal coil. It's my mess, okay. Oh, I should probably sell more rooms. Forgot about that. Let's see. All these rooms have been assigned. That's been assigned. I still need to furnish these rooms. I never got around to that. Shit, I need to make more rooms too. Yeah, it's supposed to become pretty populous. Punish makers, so yeah, I need to make more. I need to make a second set of rooms. Well, it won't be down there. So much uniformity. Okay, I guess we're making a second set of rooms. This time over here. Okay, make sure there's no. Okay, should be okay. The water's over there. Where am I gonna set up? I'm kind of reserving this space for like military personnel. You know, I just have to make it like somewhere down here. Yeah, they can live next to the hustle and bustle of the dining area down here. Like the ambient noises you hear when they're like underground and stuff, like the dripping of water, the echoes. Okay. These should be good. I could just sell just one square and a bed, but I don't know. That seems lazy. I want to give him somewhat decent accommodations. Like a chair, a table, a bookcase or cabinet, you know. Kind of like with my previous fort. we'll see how that goes. They're kind of still digging these areas over here. So, yeah. Okay. How many other beds do we have? We have around 20. So, we're going to deploy some more beds here. These dumb dwarves have something to rest their head on after a long day of digging. There's still a bunch of shale. Oh, why aren't they grabbing it? Okay. For now, they'll settle with just beds. Once I find some time, I'll give them some more furnishings and whatnot. Okay, we're going to have to cancel this, because, yeah. It's too much of a hassle digging around water and stuff, so... Okay. I'm gonna give myself something to drink. I'm gonna pause the recording, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, got a decent amount of progress here. How many chairs do I have? Let's go to thrones. Not 30, okay. I'm going to... It's closest material. This is just a general dining area, so... I should probably assign a cook one of these rooms. There we go. Let's see. Well, I'll set up the bedroom area here. Do they have any cooks that don't have rooms? No, these are all peasants. Well, they have the barracks. They can sleep there. There's like 10 beds in there. Can find a lot of jet, more shale, cinnabar, got some gypsum, limonite, lignite, okay. Magnetite, picture jasper. Yeah, well, so that if we get a new chef, we can assign a room here. Yeah, dig some more here. Yeah, I realize I have huge, like, areas here. Like, empty space, but I will put it to use. Mostly for stockpiles, but in case I feel like building other things, I can. By the way, I really love this R65 keyboard here. Well, I'm really starting to fall in love with these like smaller form factor keyboards, these 65% and 60% keyboards. I can see what they're crazy about. It doesn't take up that much space in your desk. And usually I stick with full-size keyboards because of the numpad and stuff, but let's be real, how many PC games out there utilize a numpad? Like, that's probably I only use it to like enter my PIN when I'm logging into the computer, but even then, and I have the num keys, I can just use the number keys on the rest of the keyboard, use that. Works just the same. I know they sell like separate like numpads for such keyboards, and Royal Kludge recently, I just not recently, maybe they've been making it for a while, but they have something I've never seen before. I've seen these keyboards where the numpad's to the left instead of the right where it usually is. I think that's pretty interesting, having the numpad to the left. They're pretty handy, I guess. I would say if you're like left-handed, but if I were left-handed, then they have to swap the keys around to accommodate left-handed people. But I'm pretty sure even left-handed people don't have trouble typing as same as a right-handed, because it's just the same, you know, ASDF JKL semicolon. That's how it usually is on handlers for keyboards. It's just interesting that they're actually keyboards with the numpads to the left. It's pretty cool. Okay, limestone, magnetite. It said there was picture Jesper or whatever. I think they already dug it up. Look at all this shale. We're good on stone. That's for sure. Too bad you can't make stone beds. Yeah, we are good on food, drinks, these pretty much the necessities. I love these cream switches too. I might get a set of cream switches to replace on the RK96 and maybe the RK61 Plus, but these Sky Cyan switches in the 61 Plus, they're good too. But these cream switches, oh man, nice and clicky. Clacky, I should say. Man. If I remember my own custom keyboard, I'm definitely going for cream switches. Nice and clacky and still responsive. Okay. I should probably assign that furnace operator. Talented furnace operator. Well, that's a smelter. But I'm pretty sure it's a furnace just the same. Just like melting ores and stuff. Okay, hematite or okay. Limonite. Magnetite. Okay. Oh yeah, I should probably set the quarters to the other military dude. Okay, select material to placement. Okay, you know what? I guess I'll go jet here as well. Hope they don't block themselves in this time. Okay. Just to give us the door something to do. Furnish these bedrooms here. Those on first, yeah. Still need to make some more like tables and stuff. We have plenty of wood, so you know. What's this? Lobum Itridish has been struck down. Oh, it's because I guess it was making something and didn't have the materials needed. Yeah, that's kind of what happens with dwarves when they go in like a trance, I guess you could say. They claim a workshop and they have to build something. And if they don't have the materials they need, they'll go crazy and attack other dwarves. So, yep, we are down a we're down a dwarf now. But you know what? That is life. I got plenty of other dwarves, so you know. Okay, now the dwarves are fighting each other. Yeah, these dwarves, you know. What can you do? Alright, these are first. I need doors, too. Let's come a cook. Okay. We got to cook. Actually, let me assign the cooks. Okay. Novice cook. Okay. He'll be assigned here. And this one up here. Professional cook, Kivish. Hopefully she's better than Jamie Oliver. Put chili jam and egg fried rice. What the fuck? Not using a wok to make egg fried rice? Oh my god. And using olive oil. Like, what is up with that? I've watched Uncle Roger, you know, react to Jamie Oliver making egg fried rice, and yeah, I agree. So many things wrong with that video. For one, he didn't use a wok, because that's kind of crucial making fried rice, a wok. Second off, you don't use olive oil to make rice. Egg fried rice, I should say. They use like vegetable oil and stuff. Why olive oil? Is it trying to make it healthier and stuff? But you don't eat egg fried rice because it's healthy. You eat it because it's filling and delicious. And oh my god. Using prepackaged rice and pouring water in it. Here's the thing, when you make egg fried rice, you gotta cook the rice ahead of time. Like, you cook the rice one day and you refrigerate it to use the next day. You use that to make egg fried rice. And of course you need the other mainstays, you know, soy sauce, you know, the egg of course, you know, peas, green onions, you know, whatever other veggies and meat you want to add to the rice. But please, for the love of God, don't use packaged rice. And for the love of all that's holy, cook your rice before you make fried rice, or any rice dish for that matter. Invest in a rice cooker. They're inexpensive. They're easy to use. It'll ensure that your rice dishes don't suck. And I'll tell you, know, I'm half Asian, okay? I know how egg fried rice is. Okay, I don't know why they suspended that construction there. Why did they suspend the construction? There's nothing wrong here. You dumbass dwarves. Here I'm talking about fried rice, and these dwarves aren't doing their job. More baby. Alright. Well, we replaced the one child we lost. Oh man. Morbid, but hey. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Why did they keep going to... What are they going here for? This is a tomb. That reminds me, do I have any coffins? I do not. All this time, I haven't made any coffins. You know, one of the things about having a tomb is you need coffins. You know, I have all this stone, so might as well put it to work, you know? Okay. Who's a stone worker here? Weaponsmith. Blacksmith, furnace operator, stone crafter. I guess one of these guys will do. What's this? The Doctrines of Adventure. As many words in Bell's Basic. Now it requires a temple and priest. Okay, the Doctrines of Adventure. What is with these names? Jesus. Okay, meeting area. Here. There we go. And of course, need to furnish it, so... Okay. Offering place. A few statues. Oh yeah, I forgot I need more chairs for the other temple. How many do I have on hand? On 20. Yeah, might as well. Furnish these bad boys up. Got closest material, sure. Now, I don't know how you assign priests to temples. I'm not sure they do it automatically or whatever. Okay, don't see any dead animals yet. It would show otherwise. I see some miasma, though. Oh yeah, it's the... This. I forgot to, yeah. Okay, I forgot. The, tomb settings is kind of weird. Like, at the sun... Like, you'd think having a general tomb, you could put any dwarf on there, but... No, in my other fort, I set an entire area as a tomb, and a bunch of coffins in there, but only one coffin was used. I don't know what that was about, but I'm not sure if that got fixed. Okay, let's set up a frickin'... I forgot all about that, Jesus. This is kind of my fault. And they haven't made the coffin yet. We did get some migrants, though, so... Hey. Not too many from the looks of it. Let's see... Okay, a few more peasants and a paper maker. Okay, so I got like 5 or 6 new people. I had 100... Maybe I have more? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not paying attention to my population. I just pay attention to the stuff that's going around the fort. But hey. More peasants means more soldiers. There we go. The Diamond Strife. Okay, is anyone making these coffins? Okay, we're good on statues. No more statues. Make some coffins. I guess some altars too. Armor stands and weapon racks. Yeah, I think the previous video, I tried to set up a guild hall here, but while I was digging, it was winter, so it was all frozen. But there was like water here, frozen into ice, so I had to seal this off. Otherwise, I would have flooded the fort. Which you probably wants to make a separate save, just to show you what happens when you leave a bit of frozen ice, like, unblocked, and when it eventually thaws, it floods everything. Oh man, that'll be morbid. Come on, why do they keep suspending this? Build the damn walls. Stupid ass dwarves. No wonder they got wiped out last time. By the way, I don't know if I showed this in a previous video, but there is an option to show out the ASCII, like right here. Granted, it's not like the exact same as the original Dwarf Fortress, but in case you're wondering what it looks like in ASCII, like it was originally, here it is here. Which, yeah, you can see like all the walls here. You got the tables right here. Showing the chests here, the bedrooms here. Got the little smiley dwarves there. There's water there. For some reason it's purple through my screen, but yeah. So this is what Dwarf Fortress kind of looked like when it came out. This is the ASCII format. But of course, me personally, I would play it like this, so it's easier to distinguish what's what. I'm going to swig of green tea here. Which, yeah, having coffins is important because if a dwarf dies and there's no like coffin to bury them in, they'll haunt the fort. Mangled skeleton, Jesus. Yeah, just set up that coffin and then give this guy a proper burial. There we go. He's been properly laid to rest. I don't know why he's happy about it, but, you know, I guess these dwarves have a dark sense of humor. Anyway, let's finish up setting up the room for this new commander. He has so much jet, so yeah, use last material. And then once I finish up the walls, I'll start making the floors. And I'll start furnishing the place. Speaking of, how's the digging going? Okay, get some more tetrahedrite here. Some more hematite. So hopefully we get some more iron going. Oh, doors. How are we doing on doors? Okay, we have a bunch of doors now, so let's go and get these rooms some doors. Because I'm pretty sure the... So don't want the chillins, you know, walking in, you know, the dwarf parents doing the deed. Like, I know you learn about that stuff eventually, but come on, there's a time and place for that, okay? The good old education system. This is closest material, I don't know why. Which got me thinking, I don't think there's an education system in this game. It would be nice for, like, you know, dwarven children like go to like school and like learn stuff, and they can use that knowledge like later on as they grow up. It'd be a nice thing to have. Like they can prepare for the challenges ahead, just like in real life. Okay, got some cave wheat, more plump helmets. I have so many seeds. I'm glad at least I'm putting them to use. I need to set up more farm plots so they can have a bigger variety of stuff to grow. Oh, I should probably grab some more plants too. I'm kind of surprised the elves haven't come around yet. And I just realized there's some more holes in the freaking floor. It's close to material. Of course, it saves while I'm doing this. Okay. Seal that up. I guess as it rains and snows and stuff, it causes the ground to erode a bit. Okay, there's another hole here. Just doing a little back and forth here. Yeah, there's a hole here. Plug all those holes. You know, the proper materials here so they don't flood the fort or cause things to fly in. Okay, get your minds out of the gutter, people. Why can't they gather these plants? There are grapes here. Those would come in handy. For making, like, wine and stuff. You know what I should do? I should set up, like, an emergency, like, meeting area in case, like, things really go south in the fort. There's my mind fence more materials over here. And not even know it. I might as well set up yet another stockpile over here. Can never have too many stockpiles. It keeps the miners busy at least. Okay, now let's set up some floors over here. Let's see. Select material. You know, let's up a calm wood. Might look good here. Yeah, I'll check that in a minute. Hold on. Okay, what's this? We'll go to caravan. Excelente. Alright, let's move some stuff over here. Amulet. Keep that. Armor stands. I keep forgetting what the caravans need for next year. Let me go and I think it was figurines. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look up a previous video, so give me a minute. Okay, I just saw it was figurines. Well, look at all these figurines I got. It's not a lot, but yeah, actually, it isn't a lot. But, you know, it's something. And, of course, my usual gems, you know. Again, having tourmalines is handy. Because they're worth quite a bit. So that's a little trade for all the armor. I don't think they really care what you trade them, as long as they don't trade at a loss. Because you try to rip them off and kind of strain your relations with that caravan, and they'll actually pack up and leave if they're not happy with the transactions you keep giving them. Tiger iron. Yeah, keep those splints. Not statues, because they're heavy and weird in a caravan and whatnot. Keep the wheelbarrows. Yeah, we don't have like a lot to trade, but it's something. Yeah, we'll go with that. Alrighty. I noticed a trend of my videos, usually when I end a video, it's usually after a caravan shows up. So that might be a fair thing to do. Okay. They're unloading their goods, and I'm unloading mine. For some reason, there's still a skeleton over here. Yeah, I'm sure the caravans don't mind a stray skeleton lying there. It's like, oh, we're just using him for food. Diplomacy. Merit deserves a reward, and I come in power to establish this colony as an official land of our realm. Can you imagine the trade wagons? Of course, there are responsibilities, and the nobility must live well. Do you have anyone suitable to recommend for elevation? I can scarcely believe this good news. I have some recommendations, or flattering, but we rather maintain our distance from the homeland. Now, this is kind of a big thing here. Whenever you get this option here, you have to assign a duke, and they need like a lot of fancy stuff. But the trade-off is you get more caravans coming in, and you're more likely to get more migrants. You might get access to better stuff, and new colonies are actually established around you. And I'm not gonna lie, this is actually a pretty big step up from my original fortress in this world, because this hasn't happened to me before. It did happen in my mod world, but not in this world here. So you know what? This will be a pretty good learning experience, because granted, in the mod world, I just give everyone animating stuff. Automatically royal bedroom, automatically royal quarters, and whatnot. But here it's going to be a little different. Because, well, I don't have any of that stuff, and I need to research what things I need to make and set up for it to qualify as like royal or opulent, whatever they need. So you know what? It's going to be I'm biting off more than I can chew here, but you know what? It's a learning experience, so here we go. A Barony. Who shall be the Barony? Militia commander, militia captain. And I guess it could be anybody. I guess Ushrir. That means he's gonna need some fancy stuff now. Okay. Hopefully they got some armor and stuff, because I requested that in the last caravan. Okay. Oh, this is quite a big development. I was expecting to get up to this status so soon. Stone blocks. Diorites. Native gold. You know what? Native gold. I guess some silver too. Weapons. Guess some short swords. I think that'll do. We don't need that much. Okay, seeds and meat. Well, if we get some animals, I can slaughter them. I haven't too many of those lately. Alright. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to might as well set up a maybe we got a pretty decent sized room here. This will be the for the Baron. Okay, and you know what? I'm actually gonna prioritize this. Because they demand, like, the best of the best. If I just did this. And I'll just decide what to do from there. We'll actually work on the next video. Because by then I'll actually done some research to figure out what best to make for these guys. Within Seb and the surrounding lands have been made a barony. I'm curious how this will turn out. Anyway, conduct meeting. Oh, they're still doing the meeting. Okay. Import ban certain exports. Okay. Can we trade now? Here we go. Okay, all the gems. All the figurines. Tiger Amulet and that. And okay, so we got some swords. Silver Warhammers. Just got decent weapons here. And you know what? We're good on food and stuff, so you know what? I think this will do. Wonderful. Thank you for your business. Well, this has been quite a development here. Of course, I got another military force on hand. Digging some more ores and stuff, and setting some more bedrooms. But the big thing, we've been made a barony, so that means a lot more responsibilities for this fort. And yeah, this is going to be a learning experience, at least in the ground up. Like I said, in the mod world, I just gave everybody like adamantine stuff and called it a day. But once your fortress becomes a barony, it'll eventually grow into a capital, and you'll be assigned a king, and they need like extra fancy stuff as well. So yeah, it's gonna be quite an adventure there. We'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, that'll be it for this video, comrades. This is Caleb signing out. Y'all have a good day.